Hey, welcome back to the conversation. We're talking about altered pentatonic scales, and this is part 4 of the series. And I have a lot of ideas on deck, so there's going to be a lot of parts to this series. And my concern is that these probably aren't like daily assignments. They're more like weekly or monthly things to kind of absorb and get into your intuitive side of your playing so you can actually hear the intervals and feel them and build some technique. So it might be good to peruse all of them just to sift out all the scales that we're going to use and build that routine, because over time, if you're comfortable thinking about them, it's going to be easier to do these assignments. So that's my concern. So, do with it what you will, but just take your time and be patient with yourself. So today we're going to add 2 scales to our vocabulary building routine. That'll be major pentatonic and major flat 6 pentatonic. Then we're going to talk about application of major flat 6 pentatonic in a ascending melodic minor world. And then I'll give you a pattern and a way to improvise practicing applying the concepts. All right. So vocabulary wise, we're going to use, we're going to change our perspective to major pentatonic. And major pentatonic is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 in any key. So in the key of F, it'd be G, F, G, A, C, D. And you might notice immediately that, that's exactly the same notes as minor pentatonic. So minor pentatonic has a relative major, which is F major pentatonic. And that's a really great way to think about it, because if you're very comfortable with D minor pentatonic, well, today you can just start it on the 3rd and call that 1, and you'd have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. That would give you the scale that we need. And if you do that for a couple days, you can change the reference point, and then you'd have major pentatonic and minor pentatonic as choices, but they're exactly the same configuration of notes. So what we're going to do today is we're going to flat the 6. So if we go to F major flat 6 pentatonic, we're going to have F, G, A, C, and D flat. So immediately you can see like, oh, wow, that's why we change perspectives, because we're flatting the D. And it would be just really weird to have a scale that has a flat 1. I don't alter the root. It feels to me like if I alter the root, I'm in a different key, and it just makes cognitive dissonance. So I just displace, which actually works in our favor for using this scale inside of Ascending Melodic Minor. So that's why we've made the switch. So the scale is just going to be 1, 2, 3, 5, flat 6. So it's F, G, A, C, D flat. And that's our scale for the day. So let's just look at our vocabulary building, right? So we've got 3 scales that are related to minor 7 pentatonic, right? We have the minor 7, the minor 6, and minor 7 flat 5, and each one of them changes 1 note of the minor 7 pentatonic. So we're going to do those first and all in a row from, let's say, D. We're going to do it on D. Then we have 2 scales that are related to major pentatonic. 1, the major pentatonic, and 2, the major pentatonic flat 6. So once again, we have 1 note that changed. And we're just going to do all of these in a row. So let's just do it from D. So it's D minor 7 pentatonic, minor 6, minor 7 flat 5, D major pentatonic, D major flat 6 pentatonic. Then do the same thing from G. I'm not going to say them, I'm just going to play them. Then go to C and to F and B flat and the whole way around the circle. And in your mind, keep saying what pentatonic you're playing. Minor 7, minor 6, half diminished. I use half diminished because it's just, well, actually, I think in my mind, I just say half. But whatever you do, make sure you're identifying the quality of what you're playing, because that's going to make application of it easier to do later. So let's just look at application. So here's our minor blues. And remember, we're applying ascending melodic minor is like our first level of thought here. So for all of the Ds, we're playing D ascending melodic minor, right? For the G and the E half diminished, we're playing G ascending melodic minor. And our outlier here is the A7 altered. We're playing B flat ascending melodic minor there. And today, to apply the major 6 pentatonic scale, if we look at D ascending melodic minor, which is D, E, F, G, A, B, C sharp, D, well, we can build our major flat 6 pentatonic from the 5. So A, B, C sharp, E, F. And you can see all of those notes are inside of D ascending melodic minor. So then when we move to G, which would include the E half diminished, we can build it again off the 5th. So that's going to be D, E, F sharp, A, B flat. And you can see that all of those notes are members of the G ascending melodic minor scale. So then when we move to the A altered, we're playing B flat ascending melodic minor, and it'll be built off of the F. So that's going to be F, G, A, C, D flat. And you can see they're all members of B flat ascending melodic minor. So we can play the same pattern we've been doing, which is like, play the scale an octave, play the scale straight up an octave, and then jump to the altered tone. So A major flat 6 pentatonic, we play A to A and drop to the flat 6, which would be the F. Then we move to the G minor. That's going to be D major flat 6 pentatonic. So we play D to D, move to the drop to flat 6, which would be a B flat. And then finally over the A altered, it's B flat ascending melodic minor. So it's F major flat 6 pentatonic. We play F to F, drop to its flat 6, which is the D flat or C sharp. I'll just play through the progression applying the pattern, and then immediately following I'll play a solo, one chorus, utilizing these scales. Yeah, it's a really pretty sound. Just take your time applying it. It's worth thinking through. And once you start to hear them and feel them and get comfortable with them, it's a great texture to add to your playing. So hope this is helpful to you. See you tomorrow.